Assalamu alaikum students, hope you are all doing well. It's me Maham, your computer instructor. Today we are going to discuss the topic computational thinking and algorithm. So let's move towards the topic. Here is the first long question of this chapter. Identify whether the given problems are a decision problem, counting problem or search problem. And this is the first part of this question. Does a given binary string have an even number of zeros? First of all, we need to understand the concept of this question. It means you need to look at a binary string made up of zeros and ones. For example, we enter any value in the form of binary string. So count how many zeros are there in the binary string? 1, 2 and 3 zeros. In this string there are 3 zeros. So check if the number is even, as you all know about the even numbers like so if the count is even, you would say yes, and if it's odd like so you would say no. In our example, since there are 3 zeros which is odd, the answer would be no. Now let's discuss the answer of this question. This is a decision problem because it asks for a simple yes or no answer regarding whether the condition an even number of 0 is met. When we say it's a decision problem, we mean that the question is asking for a straightforward answer, either yes or no. Okay? Next, the second part of this question, flipping a coin result in head or tail. I flip a coin 20 times. How many different sequences of heads and tails are possible? This is a counting problem because as it asks for the total number of possible outcomes. Flipping a coin 20 times. Similarly, the third part of this question, does a certain Java program say yes to an empty input? It means the third part of this question is also asking about the answer in the form of yes. So it's also a decision problem because it requires a binary answer to whether the program output yes for a specific input. As you all know, 1 represents yes and 0 represents no. Our fourth part of this question is how many ways can the letters of the word triangle be arranged? In this question we are talking about the total possible ways. It means this is a counting problem as it asks for the total number of possible arrangements of the letters in the word triangle. Our next last part of this question is n-queen problems. As we studied this example in your book, whether the goal is to place 8 queens on the chessboard, the word is used in this question is place. It means finding. This is a search problem because it involves finding an arrangement of queens on the chessboard that satisfied the given conditions. Now move towards the second long question, which is a student has to take one course of physics, one of science and one of mathematics. He may choose one of 3 physics courses. P represents the subject physics, P1, P2 and P3. One of 2 science courses. S represents the subject of science, S1, S2. And one of 2 mathematics courses. Similarly, M represents the subject of maths, M1 and M2. In how many ways can the student select the 3 courses he has to take? The answer of this question is number of choices for physics as it given in the question, P1, P2 and P3. Similarly, number of choices of science subject, there are 2, S1 and S2. And the number of choices of maths, M1 and M2. So multiply these possibilities with each other as 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 12. The students can select 3 courses in 12 different ways. Similarly, our third question is create an IPO chart. IPO stands for Input Process Output, which will accept the ages of 4 boys and calculate their total age and average age. The program must display both the total age and the average age. So we need to draw an IPO chart of this question. Input: age of boy 1, age of boy 2, age of boy 3 and age of boy 4. In the process column, we need to apply certain rules based on the user's input to achieve the desired output. For example, age 1 plus age 2 plus age 3 plus age 4. Here we use addition sign to calculate the total age of the boys. Similarly, we apply average formula to find out the average age of students. So first of all, we need to calculate the total age of the students and divide it by the total number of students. So there are 4 number of students, so divided it by 4. In this way, we can achieve total age of 4 boys and average age of 4 boys. A simple Python program implementing the IPO chart. As Python is a programming language, maybe we will study Python language in detail in the next chapter. So we write the input of this question in Python language like this. Age 1 equals to int. Int basically is a data type that is used in Python language. It represents integer type numbers. For example, age of students, number of students, or any countable quantity. Input: enter the age of boy 1. Similarly, age 2 equals to int. Input: enter the age of boy 2, and similarly we enter age of boy 3 and age of boy 4. Basically, here is the actual format of coding in Python language. Thank you for listening.